Hey everybody, it's Comic Crack. Just a little video. I brought in about, 5 boxes, I think, to Galaxy Comics of stuff that I was getting rid of. It's stuff that I've been trying to sell at conventions for quite a while now, and it's just not moving, and I just don't have the patience for eBay and dealing with all of that. So I thought I'd give it a shot and bring the books into the comic shop and just to see what they would give me for them. So I just heard back from them today. They're taking all of the books and they gave me a hell of a deal. It was mainly based on what I wanted in trade, like the books that I chose for trading. I still have credit there. I think I've still got about $100, $105 worth of credit at the store, which is great. So I thought, let's just flip through and see what I managed to score today. I'm on the YouTube app, so if you are there and you want to comment as we're going, I should be able to read them. Batman Adventures, a book that I only have a few issues of it. Love it. I love the animated show. They had a whole bunch of these there, so I figured I'd grab a bunch. I do have issue number 1 already, so within the first 10 is what most of these are. So number 2, number 3, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, and number 29. They had a lot more, but those are just the ones that I thought I would go for. I'm really excited to read that whole series, to read those. Like I said, I love the animated show. I know that this comic is solid, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably read that with my son. So the 2 Batman titles that I kind of want to finish, and I'm really, really close, are Legends of the Dark Knight and Shadow of the Bat. Those 2 series for me are just fantastic. I like the kind of smaller story arcs going throughout it, and I like the change of creative teams. Both of the series, I think, are real top-notch, so they had a few to fill in the blanks that I have left. So that's issue number 60 of Legends of the Dark Knight and 111. I think now that gives me all the way from 1 to 111, which is pretty great. And then a couple of ones past that. I love this cover. Issue 115. Really, really great cover. 154, 161, what is that one? 164, 165, 167, 190, which is great. I've had the second part of this for a long, long time, and Mr. Freeze is hands down one of my favorite Batman villains. Again, going back to the animated series, the way they portrayed him in the animated series I thought was phenomenal. So I'm really excited about this one. That's going to be a great, because I've never even read part 2, so it'll be nice to do both of them at the same time. 197, and then issue number 200. I'm still missing some gaps. I can't remember how much this went to. Did it go to like 220-ish, 225? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm pretty damn close, within kind of 30 issues of completing the run. And then a few Shadow of the Bat. Shadow of the Bat is, I'm really, really close. After these 3, I think I'm down to maybe needing 5 issues to have that whole run. And I think it went 97 issues. Is that what it did? I think so. Anyway, so this is issue number 57. Issue number 74, part of the Cataclysm arc. That was just before I started reading. I don't remember if this was before or after No Man's Land. Anyway, it was around that era. Well, that's 98, so I think it's beforehand. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then they had Shadow of the Bat 1 million. So, yeah, there you go. Couldn't pass that up. On to the rest of the stack. Let me put you down for 1 second, see if I can do this here. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's just do this. To finish off a lot of the Batwoman that I have up to issue number 27. That's kind of when I stopped collecting it, and then from all accounts, what I've heard is it kind of goes downhill from there. But seeing as this was trading in, I wasn't really spending any money on these, so to speak. I figured I'd go for them. So 28, 29. Actually, let's do this. Number 30. And then Captain America White. This was the only issue my son and I needed for this. I think it was a 4-issue miniseries, so that was nice to find. And then everybody's favorite Captain America run, he says sarcastically, the Rick Remender Klein and White on these. Again, I have all the way up to 17. It's just it fell off for me. I just stopped getting it. It wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. I was really enjoying it. Some of these issues I wasn't enjoying as much for sure, but I really like Remender, and unlike a lot of people, I thought this run was a lot of fun, what I read anyway. So it'll be good to kind of dig into those again. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, which I believe was the last one. Then it kind of continued with the original Captain America Volume 1 numbering, I believe is the way that went. The other good thing about trading is I got to kind of catch up on some newer series. This one especially, I got some of this. I got Mother Panic, and I found one Shade the Changing Girl issue. So I'm really excited about this, to catch up with this, because I'm way behind on this stuff. So Cave Carson number 4, Cave Carson number 5, number 6, number 7. For the most part, I know that these had multiple covers. Number 8, they had a few where they had a couple of choices, but most of these were just, this is what they had, so I grabbed it. I think I got some great covers. This one specifically I really like quite a bit. Number 9, number 10, and number 11. I think this is like the B or C cover, who the hell knows. Anyway, so that's great. This just jumped out at me. That cover art I thought was pretty fantastic. Gamma from Dark Horse. I don't know anything about it. Doesn't even have a year on the front, but I thought I'd give it a shot since it was a one-shot. Mother Panic. Loved it so much. Really, really excited for this one. Issue number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8. I know that Oddfellows Thoughts was reading this as well. For some reason, I missed out on picking up issue 4. I'm not sure what happened. Again, I kind of go back and forth with buying new comics. So they had this, so that'll complete the run for me. I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it ends. Lucky enough to find a few issues of The Losers. This is number 150. 179 and 181. Hey GPAP, how's it going? Yeah, no, Mother Panic is pretty fantastic. Yes, The Losers I'm really close to finishing. So this is 181. This is the last Our Fighting Forces. Hello? You okay? What do you need? You just peeking?
No, I'm done.
You're done, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you enjoy it? Did you eat all your soup?
Well, no.
No? Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it there for you. Sorry about that, people. This is the last issue that came out of Our Fighting Forces featuring the losers. Yeah, I'm pretty close there, GPAP. I've probably got about, I don't know, 20 issues. So, you know, it's not bad. I've put quite a dent in it over the time here. And a couple that I'm pretty excited about as well. I'm really close to finishing this, which I'm really excited about. Plop. This is Plop number 12. And Plop number 16. So that's getting close. Another one that I really enjoyed, Brandon Graham, Simon Roy, Prophet, the Prophet series. There was only 2 of these that I was missing, so this is issue number 39 and issue number 44. This is probably a series I'm going to sit down and reread right from the beginning, just to kind of really get into it. Then I picked up some Prophet Earth War as well. So this is issue number 2, issue number 3. Thank you very much, Lily. Issue number 4. Go ahead, you can help me. Thank you, my girl. And issue number 5, right? And hold on one sec. There's Shade the Changing Girl. It was the only one that they had that I didn't. I know that it's much further along than this, but at least I'll get to sort of catch up. Shadows on the Grave, Richard Corbin. I have the first couple of issues and I really loved it. Kind of goes back to his older underground black and white type of days. This is issue number 4. Go ahead, you can pass them to me. Issue number 5. Thank you. Number 6, Scary Covers, Halo. And issue number 7. And the new Shaolin Cowboy series. Issue number 4. Is it a 4-issue mini-series? I can't remember if this is the last one or not. I just started reading this the other night with issue number 1, so it's good to have all 4 now to really get stuck in. Another Travis and I think Sleepy Reader was reading this as well too, Shipwreck. Really liked the first 2 issues. I think it's up to number 6. I don't know if 6 was the last issue or not. They only had 2 issues though, but I'll take it. So issue number 3 and 4. Really cool idea, really cool series. Very curious to see where this goes with these 2. Johnny Zero had sent me 2 books of Snowfall, and I really liked the art. And on reading, I think it was issue number 4, was it? Yeah. It intrigued me enough. Yeah, Shade the Changing Man from Vertigo Run is one of the most... Yeah, absolutely. Shade the Changing Man is... That book, I grew up on that book. That book and then The Spectre that was coming out at the time, too. Those 2 books were a huge part of my teens, reading those. I've still got my Shade the Changing Man run. Just recently, I managed to get the Ditko run as well, too. So, yeah, and that Shade the Changing Girl, I think, really falls into the lineage really well. They do a great job on it. But Shade the Changing Man will always have a special spot for me for sure. So I read it, really liked it, intrigued by the art. And again, when somebody like Johnny Zero recommends something to me, it's pretty much a given that I'm going to like it. He's got great taste, and our tastes kind of are in sync for the most part. So I'm looking forward to digging into this. This is issue number 1. Number 2, number 3, and unfortunately I had my CLZ app labeled wrong. I do already have issue number 5, so I've got doubles of that now. Finally, after all this time, the Spire, the final issue. Simon Spurrier, Jeff Stokely, Andre May, loved this series. I can't believe I fell asleep and missed out on the final issue. But there we go. I've got it now, so I can finish that up. And then they had a bunch of, to my surprise, a bunch of Starstruck, the color kind of reprints. Elaine Lee, Michael Kaluta. This is issue number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 11. And that's number 13. I am missing number 12, but that gives me, I think, all but number 12. I don't know how... Oh, you don't know how you feel about the Spire, hey? Fair enough. I could see that. We'll see what I think after I finish the final issue. I liked the lead-up. I really enjoyed the first handful of issues. I don't even think I read number 7. I think I actually read up to number 5 or 6. So we'll see how it all pieces together. It's one of those things, right? The ending's got to tie it all together pretty well for me. Yeah, I dug it. So we'll see what happens when I finish it off. And then they had this. This, I think, is the new series, Starstruck, Old Prolgers Never Die, that Elaine was kind enough to send me some digital copies of, kind of like sample pages and stuff. I talked to her briefly just about Starstruck and other books. Don't remember why I contacted her to begin with, just out of fandom, fanboyness, I think. So she was very nice. Oh, that's right. She had discovered my videos is what it was. She had watched the videos and just kind of got in touch with me, found me through... contacted me through YouTube, and then I talked to her through Twitter. Really, really nice woman. I really am a fan of Starstruck. I'm a fan of a few things that she's done. So we'll see how this one is. Old Prolgers Never Die. This is number 1 and number 3. I think it's 4 or 5 issues. I don't remember. And finally, last but not least, the... I don't know. What can you say about Strange Fruit? It had a bit of a history when it first came out. This is the only issue that I needed to complete the 4-issue run. I enjoyed the first issue quite a bit. I never did read the final one just because I was missing this. So I'll probably sit down and reread all 4 of them. They were met with a bit of controversy when they came out. I understand the controversy. I don't agree with it, but I do understand it. I dug it, so we'll see. The art is just incredible in this book. And that is it. So not a bad stack, considering I got rid of stuff that I just didn't want anymore. Nice to kind of fill in some gaps. And the guy at the comic shop was, when he looked at the stuff I was picking, he's like, man, if you keep picking stuff like this, maybe we can get you a little more trade value out of it. So I feel like I got a really good deal. Especially considering it was books that I just wasn't selling. I was bringing out to convention after convention, and they just weren't moving. A couple of issues here and there. So, sayonara, boxes of comics. Hello, new stacks of books that I'll actually read and finishing off runs. Anyway, that's it. Thanks very much for joining me. GPAP, Mr. Trejo. Thank you very much, fellas, and we'll talk to you.